Text functions in Excel. Part 5. In our previous lesson, we learnt how to import data from a text file and clean it properly before using it. We now have the email addresses correctly imported into column A. In this part of the lesson, we are going to work with those email addresses and separate them into meaningful sections using different Excel tools and functions. To do this efficiently, we will use the Text to Columns feature. First, select all the email addresses in column A, excluding the heading. Then go to the Data ribbon and click on Text to Columns. Choose the delimited option and click Next. Remember that a delimiter is a character that separates one piece of information from another. In our case, the full stop and the @ symbol separate the different parts of the email address. Select Other as the delimiter and type a full stop in the box. You will notice in the preview that Excel separates the text at each full stop. You may need to untick the Tab option so that only one delimiter is selected. As the destination starting point for our separated data, Excel automatically suggests cell A2. However, as good practice, the original data should never be altered because we may need to refer back to it later, especially if something goes wrong during the separation process. For this reason, instead of accepting A2, we will change the destination. We will select cell B2 so that Excel places the separated data starting from column B. When you click Finish, Excel places each separated section into its own column. You should now see the first name correctly displayed in column B. However, the surname in column C is still attached to part of the domain, so it has not yet been fully separated. To complete the split, we need to repeat the text to columns process, this time using the @ symbol as the delimiter. Before doing this, we need to create space for the new column that will be generated. Move the data currently in columns D and E1 column to the right. To do this, select the data. Position your cursor over the green border until it changes to a 4-arrow pointer. Then click and drag the selection one cell to the right. Now let us go through the text to columns process again. Select the data in column C. Go to the Data ribbon and click Text to Columns. Choose Delimited. Click Next, then select Other and type the @ symbol in the box. As the destination, we can keep C2 because this column does not contain the original imported data. Click Finish, and Excel will separate the surname from the domain section. If you notice that the new cells do not match the formatting of the rest of the worksheet, there is a quick way to fix this. Copy a correctly formatted cell, then use Paste Special and choose Formats. This will apply the same color and formatting without affecting the content of the cells. We no longer need columns D to F. We could delete them, but it is preferable to hide them instead. By hiding the columns, the data is simply kept out of view rather than permanently removed.